Hi everyone, John Cunningham-Ryan here, and I just wanted to show you a little bookshelf tour because, as you can see behind me, I have a massive Stephen King collection, and I know people like to be nosy and see what others have. I know it's something I like to do when I'm in somebody else's house. I nearly always look at the bookshelf to see what they're reading, so just hang on a second now and I'll show you what we have. We have the Batman books, which is a fantastic book with some four great short stories in it. Bag of Bones, Black House, Christine, a fairly old copy of Christine, and I managed to get myself hands on a newer one, Cujo, Dance Macabre. We have the Dark Tower series, there's only 5 of them there. One of them is down here because it's a bigger book, and I can't actually find the Gunslinger, the first book, at the moment. I have a nice hardback edition of it, but I'm sure it'll turn up somewhere. And then we have some really old paperback books there. We have The Dead Zone, Different Seasons, The Eyes of the Dragon, Misery, which of course is a classic, Night Shift, and Skeleton Crew. You can see where, when money wasn't too fruitful, when I was a poor student, I was going to second-hand bookshops and picking up paperback editions, and then of course as life moved on, you get a job maybe, or Christmas is coming up or whatever, you manage to get a nice hardback edition. So let's go back again. So we have The Bazaar of Bad Dreams, Blaze, Cell, good book, shame about the movie. Some of you may not have seen this, Cycle of the Werewolf, which is a short story with some nice illustrations, and I managed to get my hands on. I was looking for this book for ages actually, and then literally within the space of 10 days I got 2 copies of it with different covers. That's kind of nice. So we have Desperation, nice hardback edition of Different Seasons. Dr. Sleep, which of course is a sequel to The Shining. Danny's story as an adult. Dolores Claiborne, great book, and actually the movie with Kathy Bates is fantastic. I love Kathy Bates, and she's done some really good Stephen King work. She's obviously done Dolores Claiborne. She was the radio presenter in The Stand, and of course she did Misery. Who could forget Misery? We have Jumaki, Dreamcatcher, 11/22/63, a favourite of mine. Everything's Eventual. We have a nice hardback omnibus of The Eyes of the Dragon and Firestarter. There's a little paperback edition of Firestarter jammed in there as well. So down again we have 4 Past Midnight, From View Gate, Full Dark No Stars, Gerald's Game, another great book. We have The Green Mile. This was originally released in 6 smaller books or novellas. I waited till the full one was going to come out. Hearts of Atlantis, reasonably good book, dreadful film. Insomnia, liked that. Of course the classic It, which has had a movie reboot, so that's kind of after getting more interest back in it again. Just After Sunset, Lissy's Story, Misery. I got a nice, really old hardback edition of Misery there. I actually managed to get that in a second-hand bookshop in Wexford called Red Books. The man called Wally who runs that is fantastic. We have Needful Things, which of course is a favourite of mine, and it's the first Stephen King book I ever read back when I was like 11 or 12 or something like that. Nightmares and Dreamscapes in the corner. And then we go back down to the 4th shelf. So we have Outsiders, Pet Sematary, which of course has had a movie reboot recently. The Regulators, written as Richard Bachman, and that's a sister book to Desperation. We have more recent book, Revival, of course Salem's Lot, which has also had a movie reboot. And my nice omnibus edition of The Shining, Salem's Lot and Carrie, of course, which was his first book published in 1974, with over 300 different editions at this stage, my god. We have Rose Madder, Sleeping Beauties. We have one of my all-time favourite books, which is The Stand. And you'll see in a lot of cases I actually have a hardback and a paperback edition of the book. And the reason I have that is because if I'm going on holiday or whatever, obviously the paperback edition is handier to carry, or even just handier to have in your bag if you have a, half hour to read a book at lunchtime or whatever. Really old copy of The Talisman. I need to get myself a newer one of that. That's looking fairly sad. We have The Tommyknockers, a really old book as well, obviously, and then a newer book, Under the Dome, which is quite good apart from the ending. So anyway, that's me. That is my modest Stephen King collection. Thank you for bearing with me. Don't forget to comment below and share my video. Thank you.